Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers and fellow rebels, and welcome to September. Weather's changed a bit, and this is my first set of laps in September. I didn't get back off holiday until 2nd of September. Today's the 5th of September. The 3rd and the 4th were busy unpacking, sorting the house out. Weather was a bit crap, didn't have a chance to get out. Finally got a chance to get out today, and yeah, bit grey, bit drizzly, which is a shame, because while I was waiting Great Yarmouth, by the luck of the gods, I managed to get a week where the sun was out, even where everywhere else it wasn't. And I feel refreshed and well and truly renewed. It was without doubt the best holiday I've ever been on. It was just great, it really was. And I actually found myself sitting and smiling and just enjoying my family. You know, it was just, sometimes everything just goes right, and it was. For the first time, as long as I've known her, because Mrs. Jude's been working hard as I have been losing weight, and she's lost a couple of stone, her confidence has gone up, and for the first time, as far back as my kids can remember, and me, she joined us in the pool and went down slides and just had, and it was just like added something to the holiday. But we're back now, and well, gonna be fun, isn't it? It really is. We're definitely going to be in interesting times. Yeah, 1 mile first lap, of course. We have, I mean, we already knew this, to be fair, but we had a government that were insane, and for some unknown reason, to the shock of some people, I don't know who, well, the 1 in 5 I guess, and usually, to be fair, it's those who voted Labour to get the Conservatives out because they thought they were sticking it one to the Conservatives. Have probably just realised now that it's a really bad idea to do what they did. But the country's made its bed, and we've got a lot in it for the next 5 years, well, 4 and a bit now, with not only an insane government, but one that is literally the biggest bunch of liars this side of the universe. And they literally, I think the problem with them is they genuinely think what they're saying is the truth, when everybody else can see it's an absolute lie. I mean, I've already talked a couple of times about the winter fuel payments, but for them to come out there and say, well, if we had to cut it, the economy would have crashed. Wow, okay. I mean, I presume they think we're all just thick as shit, because the gain from getting rid of the winter fuel balance payments is £1.4 billion. So what they're saying is £1.4 billion would have crashed the economy. £3 billion a year to the Ukraine and Zelensky, which is going to be, for the run of the parliament, £15 billion to a war that's got nothing to do with us. Now, some people go, oh well, you know, it's because Putin won't stop at Ukraine. And look, if that's what you believe, then I'm afraid you're an idiot. There is no intention for Russia to carry on. It's whipped up to create fear, which is hopefully then making sure that everybody is on board with paying for a forever war, which eventually we'll get involved with, and which will eventually, potentially, most definitely lead to World War III. But that's £15 billion over 5 years, £3 billion a year. So we can spend £3 billion a year on a forever war, but the economy was going to crash if we paid 1.4 billion to the pensioners. And as a lot of people seem to be saying now, as I've always been saying, is make that make sense. And that's just one of the things. I've talked about the billions of pounds that we're sending abroad willy-nilly. And does it make sense? Because 1.4 billion of winter fuel payments will have crashed the economy. Blatant and utter lie. Almost akin to the 22 billion pound hole in the economy, which just magicked out of nowhere, which has been completely disproved by everyone. Absolutely everyone. They knew exactly. Remember the airlines, everything we've got is fully costed, but never actually gave you the costings or how much it was going to cost. For instance, GB Energy, fully costed, it'd be great. It's going to cost us a minimum of 8.6 billion pounds to create an energy company, which we don't need. That's like they're all jumping up and down about, I've signed the bill that allows us to renationalise, sorry, a bit of spit, renationalise the railways. How much is that going to cost? Yeah, but it's good for the people. How much is it going to cost? Because for you to get the railways back into national control, you've got to buy everybody out of their contracts, which ain't going to be cheap. And why do we need railway to be back in public control? The reason it was sold off in the first place is because it was costing the country an absolute fortune. And it was unreliable. And it was just awful. You know, lines like British Rail will get you there eventually. Were like taglines of it. But no, we're going to bring it back into public control for whatever damn strange reason, but not telling you how much that's going to cost. Rachel Reeves and the Labour Party had full access to the books. They knew what was going in, they knew what was going out. So to turn around and say all of a sudden there's a 22 billion pound black hole is a lie. Very much akin to George Osborne when he became Treasurer, you know, Treasurer, Chancellor of the Exchequer. There you go. Sorry. When he came out and said there's a billion pound hole, billions of pounds hole, it's all a lie. And the reason it's done, and it's the standard playbook, is we'll use that as an excuse to go, well, we were going to do this, but things are so bad now, we're just going to have to just go back on everything we said. Now, some people are going, well, you know, Labour are going to break some of their manifesto promises, sorry. What promises? They didn't have any. Their manifesto was very short on detail on absolutely everything, because they knew they were going to do what they were going to do. So to blame the pensioners for the collapse of the economy on 1.4 billion pounds is just utter shite. And the thing is, we can all see that because, check the 6, because we all know it's not. Ugh. This government's just lie after lie after lie after lie. October is coming with a budget that I will actually be away for. Yeah, I'm actually going away again in October half term, just for a few days with the Mrs G and the kids. We're going to have Halloween away this year, have a bit of fun before the budget comes and yeah, right really screws us all over. It's just, things are not going to be easy. Things are going to be a lot worse. But barefaced lying about it isn't going to be the solution, because they forget, or they think we're all thick, and we're not. It's just, make it make sense. I mean, the best one has got to be the £40 billion that we pay the Bank of England in an interest loan to ourselves. Richard Tice brings this up all the time, and the media and everybody else is just dismissing it. But that's what we're doing. During COVID, the Bank of England printed a load of money, quantitative easing it was called. They didn't really need to, but they did. And so the Bank of England gave England money and then charged England 40% interest. So to kind of explain it, it's as simple as this. I have £10 and I loan myself £10 and charge myself 40% interest on the loan of the £10 I've loaned to myself. That's exactly what we're doing. So we're now paying ourselves £40 billion of interest payments on money we lent to ourselves. Make that make sense. So there you go. 1.4 billion will crash the economy. Bloody pensioners. But we'll continue to pay £40 billion in interest fees to a loan we gave ourselves. Seriously. Make it make sense. So even taking away all the billions we've sent abroad, somehow we've got £40 billion on an interest loan to ourselves. But that doesn't crash the economy. £1.4 billion to old age pensioners' winter fuel allowances do. Make it make sense. Any case, almost finished lap 1. So I'm going to bring it to an end. Can I just say before I do, thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined the channel. Literally, I'm blown away. Can I also say a very special thank you to Paz49. Genuinely a great bloke who actually just sent me a message to congratulate me on how my channel's growing. I mean, initially it was because he gave me the shout out, but to take a bit of time to send that message to me was really nice, and it shows you the kind of guy he is, you know. So if you're not subscribed to Paz49, I know a lot of you are, go over, give his videos a check, because the way he talks on his videos is like I do. It's honest, it's how he sees it, and he's not some creative persona for YouTube like many other people do. So a huge thanks to him. That message just come out of the blue and it was really nice, and I'm, you know, blown away. As I said with the subscribers, thank you to all the comments. Now obviously I haven't replied to hardly any comments because I was away, and all the videos that came out over the last week were pre-recorded. Sadly I ran out of time to get enough to cover me coming back, but you know, we're getting there. So I didn't have a chance to answer your comments. When I get 5 minutes, well actually I'm lying, the amount of comments that have come, when I get about 2 hours, I'll go through and I will read, because I read every comment that I get, good and bad. And if I don't reply to you, you'll get a thumbs up, you'll get a heart to say that I've read it. Well, except the idiot ones. Hold on a minute. Bless me. So yeah, I do read all the comments, and sporadically when I get the chance I will answer some of them. But if I don't answer your comment, don't be offended. It's just I was never prepared for the amount of comments that I was going to get. You know, I don't know how I'm going to solve that issue. I'm sure a solution will present itself. So, with all that, I'm done with lap 1, as you can see, coming to the flagpole which indicates the beginning of the lap. So I will leave you. You're awesome, all of you, and I know it's going to be difficult times ahead, but we will get through it together. So finally with that, I'm done. So until the next one.
This once great nation, eroded by time, with its crushed population.